Kitty. All right. Yeah. You want to come up here, meow at everybody? You are wet. Where did you come from? But yeah, we'll save the dungeon for next week, I think. What should we do? We do some ninja bathing redux. You know what? That might be the call. I think that's a good call. I've been neglecting my job quest for quite some time now. Do I have any snacks? Kebab. Ah, kitty. You heard some kitty noises? You're content? He makes some interesting noises. He doesn't meow like the other cats. He makes these little trill noises. I don't know if that's normal. I think he's a Turkish Angora. Like, we found him out in the street. And so, not entirely sure. It would be weird if he was purebred, but, like, he looks and acts purebred. Welcome back, old. You may enter. You often neglected your job quests? Yeah. I mean, I try to save them for, like, the right moment. I want to do them, like, all in a line for the sake of, like, my YouTube uploads. So everyone can, like, see all the job quests in order. But, you know, if I've got 12 minutes to kill, seems like a good way to spend it. Poor sweetheart. He sounds like a sweetie. He is. Oh, old, I have a letter from you, from Master Obero. Would appear that his investigation in Kugane has borne fruit. Here, see for yourself. Dear old, I hope this letter finds you well. After a long and rather uneventful voyage, we have arrived safely in Kugane. Captain Jack seems quite taken with the Hingan culture, and is enjoying a stroll in the pleasure quarters at this very moment. But forgive me, you're not interested in the diary of our travels? As for the matter of the scroll, rumors abound of a band of Doman scofflaws have been causing a stir in town of late. Putting together the accounts we have heard, the good captain and I are convinced that these are the thieves we seek. If the word about town is to be believed, these individuals are far more dangerous than we imagined. I trust that you have been pursuing your ninjutsu training with your usual diligence. My apologies. Of course you have. In any event, we would have you join us at your earliest convenience. We'll be keeping an eye out for your arrival. Seek us in the alley behind the second pier, ferry docks. Safe travels, friend. It's good to see Master Obero in good spirits for once. Ever since the elders commanded him to remain here in Eorzea, he's not been quite himself. After all, a shinobi without a duty to carry out is a hawk with clipped wings. It's good to see Master Obero soaring high once more. Still, no worry though. Though I have great respect for the man, he can often be too trusting for his own good. Pray, go to his side, friend. See that he does not get himself into undue trouble. May the kami carry you safely across the sea. A good thing to start, at least? Yeah. Yeah, our kitty, or this cat in particular, Baldanders, we found him playing in the middle of a very busy street. Obviously couldn't leave him there. We checked him for chips, and it seemed like he had no owners. And so he's been my buddy for about 13 years now. He is an old kitty, but he has lived a long and happy life. Old, I thank you for answering my call. Tsubame, too, has made the journey from the village to join us in retrieving the scroll. It is an honor to stand by your side again, Old. Master Obero will doubtless benefit from your presence, as he always does. Likewise, I figured we could use a few more dimmer dammers on the job, so I've sent for Underfoot and the Stray. Their ship should be pulling into harbor before long. In the meantime, allow me to share what we've learned. Reliable sources have it that the theft of the scroll is the work of the Garnet League, a notorious band of outlaws feared throughout Doma. When the Doman Rebellion was crushed 1 year ago, many a samurai fled the battlefield to escape the Empire's wrath. Dishonored and unable to return to home, most turned to banditry to eke out a living. It is the most lethal of these warriors who form the Garnet League. Cutting down innocent men for their coin purses, plundering villages. The men and women of the Garnet will gladly stain their hands with blood as long as it means they will live to see the morrow. Why they covet the scroll so, I cannot say. What I do know is that if we do not stop them, they're all but certain to leave a trail of corpses in their wake. Must move quickly. Fortunately, they should not prove hard to find. Confident in their ability to cut down anyone who dares oppose them, they take little trouble to conceal themselves. On the contrary, they parade their garnet-hued kimono for all to see. You can distinguish them from the similarly garbed Sekisagumi by their lack of hakama and their singularly uncouth demeanor. Let us split up and cover as much ground as we can. Old, I would entrust the Chiokaze hostelry and the Rakuza district to you. Keep to the shadows and gather what knowledge you can. When we are done with the task, let us reconvene here. You're at work right now, but you'll pull up with your crew for my next stream. Mind adding you on Discord. Your username is Olowet. An interesting proposal. Usually when someone asks me to add them on Discord, it's a trap. But I will show you my Discord, and you can join there. And we can coordinate next week if you like. Oh, the poor dear playing out there. Well, he has found a loving and welcoming home. He did. And he got a lot of Thanksgiving turkey, too. Was sneaking it under the table for him. The least I could do for the guy. Alright. You have hakamas? One day, she has us sneaking into, hey, why don't you mind your own bloody business? Friend here has a bit of a temper. You'd be wise to leave him alone. The Garnet League are not likely to divulge any secrets in the presence of strangers. Move out of eye shot and hide in the shadows before approaching them again. Oh, also, You suggested I add second wind to the crossbar. It is there. It's not like on the first set. I've got second wind and bloodbath over here. These are some of my panic buttons. And so like I do use these things, but their cooldown is huge. So it takes a little while. Okay. Anyway. Where is Hyde? There's Hyde. I haven't hidden in 100 years. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. One day, she has us sneaking into a bleeding Imperial storehouse, and the next, the Confederacy's chasing us halfway across the Ruby Sea. Zakuro could pay us twice what she does, and it wouldn't be bloody worth it. Come now, even you must admit it was quite the little adventure, though it was fortunate we came upon those Eorzean pirates when we did, and that they believed our little ruse. In the end, we made it here. Kitty, what are you doing? Okay. Hi, Kitty. Like, he comes to ask to be picked up, but then he digs his claws into the ground. And so, like, I end up, like, pulling on his butt while his front half is, like, stuck to the ground with his sharp little claws. He's a good buddy. In the end, we made it here with our little prize, did we not? Simply took a little detour. We didn't all make it home. We didn't all make it, or have you forgotten those we left behind at the Bloodshore? Cut down by our pursuers, no doubt. Poor bastards. Whose brilliant idea was it to go along with the masked man's plan anyway? If our brothers cannot fend for themselves, they have only themselves to blame. As for our mysterious benefactor, he has led us here as promised, did he not? Now we only need to wait for our client to show and deliver the goods. And we will never need to worry about going hungry again. Speaking of which, how long does it take for how long does our man mean to keep us waiting? Begin to wonder if someone isn't playing us all for fools. Now. You're late out with our delivery after all. Word has it, our client returned to Koshu when we did not show and is now making the long journey back to Kugane. We owe him some patience, do we not? Love the pompadour. The evil plan. Clearly, he just needed help stretching, right? He does have some very sharp claws. It's quite the pointy kitty. Been so long since I've been in Kugane. What? These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. I swear, just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Barely put a finger on the thing. Next I knew it, Zakuro's blade was at my throat. I thought she was going to cut me down right there on the spot. Put yourself in her shoes. They say our client is such a dangerous man who's been known to kill those who renege on their agreements. If anything were to happen to those Stroll, her life and ours would be as good as forfeit. You're saying she's scared as she's as scared as us? Zakuro Brightblood, who single-handedly cut down 100 Garleans in a day during the rebellion. Zakuro Brightblood, who dyes her hair red with the blood of her foes. She cuts an imposing figure, that's true, but deep down she's actually quite the sensitive type. Sensitive? Don't make me laugh. Surprise. Yeah, the panic button. So like I've got the mitigations over here, although like I haven't unlocked like all of these. What is this Moonsheen? Never used that. Or the Tenchi Jin. I don't know if I've unlocked them yet. Then I've also got my AoE messes or my distance things. These are kind of like the special combat needs. And over here we have like just the main rotation of buttons to press. I gotta say, like with Ninja, it's not super handy. Like Ninja's got you jumping back and forth between like right trigger and left trigger here, all willy-nilly. Like I've gotten used to it, but oop, got where we were meeting. But it's not particularly fun. And you double tap right, you've got like some mitigations. Trick attack, which I should use more often, but sometimes I forget it exists. And then over here, the panic buttons. Speaking of things I should use more often, I never limit break. I've just gotten into the habit of never limit breaking. Ninja buttons are so wild, right? If I could choose it over again, I'd never played a ninja before, but I think I would much rather be a samurai or a monk. I think I would have gone with monk. I'm trying to pick like expansion appropriate classes, but not like the most obvious one. So that's why I didn't go samurai. Ninja felt fitting. It seemed that we have everyone assembled. Excellent. Let us share all we have learned. Allow me to see if I have this right. So in short, the Garnet League lifted the scroll from a Garlean storehouse at the bidding of an unknown Hingan client. They meant to sail straight from Niangxia to Kugane, but ran afoul of the Confederacy, doubtless because they were too poor to pay the ruby tithe. In fleeing, they were captured by the Krakens, so they claimed to be Doman refugees seeking asylum. Upon arriving in Eorzea, they made off with the scroll, eventually found safe passage into Kugane with Karasu's aid. That one's motives remain as inscrutable as ever, but I digress. Furthermore, they're led by one Zakuro Brightblood, about whom no small number of tales are told. Regardless of their veracity, there can be no doubting that she is a formidable opponent. For my part, I heard that she is most protective of the scroll and keeps it on her person at all times, night and day. I heard that Zakuro and her followers have rented a room at the Bokairo, an inn in the town famous for its hot springs. All old Jack managed to whittle is that the cove is right fond of her flowing locks. She fancies herself a cup of tea, making the trip to the inn tea house and back at least thrice a day. It is most enlightening, Captain Jack. Now, we must find a way to get our hands on the scroll before Zakuro's clients arrive. But how? We could challenge her to single combat, but the Sekisagumi would not look kindly on that. Besides, we're shinobi, are we not? We must use stealth to our advantage. Simply need a plan. Look out below. Underfoot's on the scene. Good to see you again, old. Can't wait to snilch the new tricks you learned from your friends here. What's up Mort gotta do to get herself some sushi? I'm bloody starved. What's with all the bleeding seagulls? Man, amen. She says what we're all thinking, right? I swear, if another one takes a shite on my hair, there'll be seagull stew for dinner tonight. Gross. Wait, that's it. Vikebi, you're a bloody genius, and so am I reckon. Gather around and lend me your waddles. Friends, old Jack's got a plan. First, we catch Zakuro as she's beating her way into the tea house underfoot, Vikebi, Tsubame. You three will be in charge of causing a scene and stopping the Mort in her tracks. Meanwhile, old, you make your way to the perch atop the markets, drop some imitation seagull shade down from above. And what with her precious locks all mucked up, the Mort's sure to make for the hot springs. Can't very well bring a scroll into the water, so we'll just follow along all stealthy like and heave it when whatever basket she's stowed away in. Heave it from whatever basket she's stowed it away in. For good measure, Obro and I'll head to the bathhouse as well and keep the girl occupied until Old has the scroll safely in his daddles. Most impressive plan, Captain Jack, but I have one question. How do you propose the two of us keep Zakuro occupied? Obro, surely you remember our visit to the Bronze Lake and the little show I put on for our pirate friend? It's all quite simple, really. Not certain I understand what you... On second thought, I'm not quite convinced this is the best course of action. Give yourself some credit, lad. Now, Old, you'll want to climb up to the roof atop the Bokairo, and then make your way across the wire atop the markets. Here's the white dye that, this white dye should do a suitable seagull shite impersonation. Once underfoot in the gang lures Zakuro into position, let her fly. Alright, lads and lasses, look sharp. We'll meet back here once all's bob. Said, huh? About, Vikebi saying what we're all thinking? Sorry, do you not also want sushi for breakfast? I know I do. They can have me do a parkour? On the wrong one. Oh, come on. I was there. Just casually looking back and forth. The pain. Oh, the pain. My poor girl, whatever is the matter? Someone, anyone, find a healer. This girl needs help. What was that? Yeah, bird shit. Oh, bloody brilliant. Thank you, kind sir and madam. But worry not. I am not ill. You see, I simply haven't had a bite to eat all day. Is that all now? Fortunately, the Shiokaze hostelry is but a short walk away, and I hear the sushi is positively to die for. Shall we? Hair, my beautiful hair. Back to the bathhouse, I suppose. Boop, boop. Whoa, hold on. It's kind of letting it hang out, huh? Honestly, that probably feels kind of nice. You search the basket, but to no avail. Scroll must be around here somewhere. Maybe in the girls section, obviously. Search the basket, but to no avail. To be around here somewhere. So, do the girls and men share the same undressing spot? Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh. Looks like a good time. Honestly, jealous. I haven't been to a hot springs in so long. Whee! I'm hoping we get like a cutscene of Obero and Jack flirting with her. Because if we don't get that, I'm gonna be a little sad. Well done, my friends. The operation was, by any measure, a rousing success. That said, I have not seen Tsubame and the others. Do hope all is well. That was some rum fun, if I do say so myself. As for the cove, I wouldn't fret. Like as not, Vakebi and Underfoot dragged her off to yaffle on some of Kugani's finer delicacies. No doubt, you're right, Captain Jack. In the meantime, pray, show me the scroll, old. I would see just what it is Zakuro's mysterious employer covets, so... This is... Are my eyes to be believed? The forbidden mudra of the summoning. I had half thought it just a ghost story meant to strike fear in the hearts of shinobi who would stray from their path. Forbidden summoning? I wouldn't know mudra from me own grandmum. That sounds right dangersome. It is indeed, Captain Jack. The legend says that if the summoner's focus wanes for even a moment, the monstrous beast called forth by this mudra will not hesitate to devour him whole. Many years ago, it was gifted from our village to the king of Doma, and it was sealed away to be used only in the most dire of circumstances. It was lost in the chaos of the Garlean invasion and never seen again. So it has been sleeping in an imperial vault all these years. So even with this bleeding all-powerful summoning at their fingertips, the Domans still couldn't hold off the Empire? Guess it wasn't all that cracked up to be. All that it was cracked up to be, was it? Contrary, we never had a chance to find out. Master Gekkai, who led the shinobi, deemed the risk too great and refused to employ it, even as our nation fell. Whether Master Gekkai plotted his betrayal even then, or whether he had our countrymen's best interests at heart, I cannot say, though I would like to believe the latter. Excuse me. Nonetheless, it is clear that none in Garlemald knew of the scroll's true power, so it sat untouched till it was stolen by the Garnet League at the bidding of some unknown master. But aside from my fellow shinobi, who out there would know of the scroll's true power? But it matters little now. We have the scroll, and I must return it to its rightful home in my village. Afraid I can't let you do that, friend. Promised the Krakens I'd bring the scroll back to him, and I'll not have it said that Jack ain't a man of his wits. After all, the scroll's been missing from your village for 20-odd summers, no? Clearly no one's suffering much. Hardly an issue, Captain Jack. The scroll is an ancient treasure. It belongs in Doma. Belongs to those what found it, and that is the Krakens. Gods, if you ain't a stubborn bastard. Gentlemen, must you make such a scene? After all, strictly speaking, the scroll belongs to neither of you. Aye. Karasu, wherever did you... But never mind, thank you for guiding us here. You may rest assured that the scroll will safely return to Doma. You have my gratitude. Oh, Obero, my dear, sweet, deluded Obero, grow ever dimmer by the day. Do you truly believe that I do what I do for you? I did say that I was pulling the strings of this little puppet play, did I not? Very well. Allow me to put in words even you can understand. The scroll belongs to in Hingashi. To the master I now serve. But my mistake was in trusting Zakuro and her lackeys, what I should have seen to myself from the very start. Oh well, live and learn, I suppose. In any event, allow me to propose a simple transaction. You hand over the scroll and I return your friends to you with their heads still attached to their bodies. Fair trade, no? Karasu, you craven. Second thought. Yeah, I do believe we could have even more fun. Keep your eyes and ears out, dim one. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Curse it all. And here I believe the man had turned over a new leaf after leaving Gekkai. Nah, seems he simply found another villain to serve. It's a rook, always a rook, I reckon. A sharp one at that. Underfoot and Stray aren't the types to get boned so easily. As long as we have the scroll, Karasu is not like to cause our friends any harm. And yet, he's unpredictable and adversary as they come. Must proceed with caution. Forgive me, old. It would mean much to me if you would remain in Kugane until our work here is through. Pray continue to train your ninjutsu. Shall call upon you when the time is right. Whew. That took a lot longer than I expected. But it was fun. And we got to see some naked people at the bathhouse.